Welcome back to crazy, beautiful Thailand. We've sailed back into Phuket, Thailand so we can utilise the skilled tradesmen and to finally finish off the refit of our new boat. When we first bought Nanji 2, she was not really set up as a liveaboard cruiser, but more a boat suited to shore power and running the generator all day. To make Nanji 2 ready for extensive off-grid living, all of this had to change. Lithium batteries installed, charger inverter installed, solar charger controllers installed, and now to complete this electrical upgrade, it's time to install some solar power. It has been a long year of boat work for us, but finally we are seeing the light at the end and are excited to be sailing off into the wilderness again soon. So we had a big success yesterday. The electricians came out, we terminated everything for the Multi Plus. Everything is now programmed. We are operating. The servo screen is working, and so I actually cut a little corner and installed a cheap extension USB and HDMI cable to run the screen over to the nav station, and it made the screen blinking. So today I'm going to have to replace the cable. So I'll quickly do that this morning. But then all of this is finished. The Multi Plus is charging the batteries from the generator. It's now inverting the DC power of our batteries to AC so we can run any sort of normal appliance just straight off our batteries. Like, it's already life-changing. It's quiet in here. We've had the generator running for like every day for the past week or two, you know, and then now this is finalized. It's quiet and it's a little bit weird. But it's definitely a very nice thing. Hey, Lula. Sick. That's such a big job complete. Now we can see everything properly. We can monitor all our loads. We can see it all clearly on our display panel. It's not blinking like it was before. So, oh man, super stoked. Now we just got to do the solar panels. So we'll sort out putting the solar panels onto the Bimini first, and then we'll go into the marina where we can build the davits and do the davit solar. But first, let's sort out the Bimini. We've already had the welders come out to quote us up for the solar arch and the davits build that's going on there. To have all the power systems properly sorted, we need to do the solar on the davits, and we're also going to install some flexible solar panels on the Bimini. We got a lot of real estate up here. Just like we did on OG Nanji, we installed some flexible panels, except these days, these panels are quite a bit different. There's a lot of new technology in solar now, and the flexible panels that are going up onto the Bimini here by Burj RV are ultra thin, super lightweight, and extremely flexible. The panels we're putting on here are from the Yuma series. Each one is 200 watts. What makes these panels so flexible, super lightweight and durable is the construction of them. So generally, flexible panels are a monocrystalline cell, except this Yuma range, they're engineered with an advanced copper, iridium, gallium selenide base. So the plan is to have them laid out something like this. Because they are super flexible, you see they're quite long, but because the panels are so flexible, they can really curve and shape to the shape of the current Bimini. So that's another real big attribute which we wouldn't have been able to do with any other flexible panel. There's a diode position between each power cell which allows a stable output even when it's in shady conditions, which is another big attribute for having them on the Bimini here, because the panels can be partially shaded when sailing or just at anchor by the boom. Of course, being outdoors, they are robust with the IP68 rating. So if you're interested in getting some solar panels by Burj RV, there is a link in the top of the description, and they've given us a little code word to share with you, so you get a bit of a discount. So if you use this code word at the checkout, you get yourself a little Nanji discount. Also in the link in the description below. But to get them on, we're going to take off this Bimini because you can see there's a few patches around which need some repairs, and then we're going to get zippers sewed onto the side of the panels. Not that it's needed, because the panels do come with like double-sided tape, but just because it's sticking onto material, we wanted to stick some zippers on the side as well. But to have the zippers sewed onto the edges of the panels, we're going to take them down to the sail maker.
We're also getting the boom bag modified. Since we've had this boat, we haven't been able to zip the sail up in it. So we're getting a flap put on, and that's going to be able to help us open and close it safely and just protect the sail a lot more and keep it out of the sun. both the sail maker and the upholsterer in one space. So it's located in Talang in Thailand.
How are you? Good to see you. Looking well.
Yeah,
How you going?
yeah, good, yeah, good, yeah. This is Awasi from Seam Upholstery, and she's helping me pick out some fabrics for the saloon cushions. And I'm being a very difficult client by
Spoiled for choice.
I
There's
know.
so many options.
Absolutely.
spoiled for choice. So yeah, we're just trying to work out something that's going to tie in with the whole saloon, with the wood colour and the white in there as well.
Our options for interiors, exteriors, curtains and everything in between. We worked with a designer and she designed the fabric herself. I really like this work. We collaborated on a project for a big hotel here.
Yeah.
And so we designed this fabric, we got it printed with our suppliers. We got it in a few different colours. So yeah, that was like
nice.
a really nice project to do actually. And it's just something a little bit bespoke, a little bit different.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice to be able to offer that as well, so people can come in and
Right on.
if they've got something that they really like.
So you can really custom things here.
Yeah, exactly. We can
Yeah.
customize it all,
Yeah.
and it's just a
Right
bit
on.
of fun. You know, I love when people
just to
kind of-
confuse people even more. with choice.
I know. The choices, you know, not just what's in the book, but anything you choose
Yeah.
in between. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Well, nice you didn't say that to Benita earlier, because else we'd still be here 2
I
weeks
know.
later. So Rob's one of the main founders. There was 3 of you, wasn't there?
So there was myself, my father Mike, and Tommy, who's our head sale designer, who's inside.
Right.
Yeah, we founded the company in 2017.
Right.
And we started off just making sales and doing sale repairs and things along those lines. And
Yeah.
then after that, we were just asked to do more Dodgers, lazy bag, biminis, upholstery, and then about a year and a half ago, well, actually a year ago, Wasey joined and now looks after the upholstery side. As you can see that all of this stuff that's going on in the corner here.
Right on. Right. And that's,
Fantastic.
that's our main things at the moment, because when we bought an EG2, it actually had spanking sales. So Rob's given a little eye over, and we don't really need new sales, but we do need to utilise all the upholstery sort of side of things, which is, I guess, why we've been dealing a lot more with Wasey, but Rob is the top dog, you know, so we better get him in here. So the first thing we're sort of concentrating on is putting the solar panels on. That's sort of the outlay of how it's going to be. Rob's sort of taken us through everything and the ideas and thoughts of how it will attach. Pretty stoked, it'll look good. Then we also need to sort out the boom bags. That's what we'll do next. And while the ladies are trying to make a decision on the colours for the couches downstairs, I know I've passed the buck. I'm not the decorator, that's definitely up for Benita, but they can't make a decision. So maybe we'll rock, paper, scissors, unless Wasey you can come up with a perfect solution, which I'm pretty sure she will.
Decision made.
I think so, yeah. So this is kind of the similar colour to the wood on the boat, and we're looking at something around this one here. So it's between these two, but I think this shade goes better with the brown.
So we're just going through the design here. Rob's sort of come up with the idea, because I pretty much just said we want something to be able to close the bag, because the sail's packed so high, we can't zip it together. We use the existing zips, which totally makes sense. And then, yeah, then we'd have one big flap so we can open it and close it from the other side.
Yep, excellent.
Cool. Are you happy to show us around the loft?
Yeah, yeah,
To
of
have a bit of a look
course,
around?
of course. Yeah, so this is kind of the sail making floor. We've got a couple of larger machines, which actually we only just got them put into the ground recently.
Right, right.
But so over there we have, I think you can see the plotter. So this is Tommy, who's our head designer and one of the partners here.
Yeah.
So he runs the floor along with the design section, and is our head designer.
Have the dimension from the customer, make a shape for the sail.
That's the final design of it, right? So in a nutshell, Tommy designs the sails on the computer here, which then from the computer he translates that directly through this, so it maps it out onto the sail material here. It's pretty cool to see the sail actually being made, but we're just looking at the design on the computer to then see how it transforms from the computer onto the table to the design out, where they cut it all up, and this is where the ladies cut it up and they're putting it together. Process. Pretty cool.
To turn a sail around in 2 to 3 days is pretty impressive.
Amazing. So the sail here, this is an in-mast furl for a 45-foot Bavaria. So the ladies down here, looks like they're trimming up the patches to reinforce where the clues are going through. So it sort of ran over of what needed to be done here with putting the solar panels on. Because there is a few patches that are sort of worn out, we're actually pretty lucky because they're going to do it right now for us. Thanks, guys. So they're going to reinforce with some patches first, and then we'll put the solar panels on top of that. Thank you. Yeah. Helping? Helping.
Big trunk, isn't it, Lula?
Back to Nanji too. We've just dropped by the sail loft to go pick up the bimini and the boom bag. Big shout out to you, Rob and Waisi. Thanks, guys, for the spontaneous little tour around the loft. It was very interesting seeing how quickly you guys can turn around sails. And if anyone in Southeast Asia is looking to get any sort of canvas work, cushion works, new sails made, sail repairs, I highly recommend you hit up Rob and Waisi. I'll put links in the description below to their socials, and so you can get in contact with them. They're really super nice people, and they're really good to work with. Yeah, excited to go back to the loft in the near future to go pick up the couch cushions, which will totally transform what happens downstairs. See what the ladies have chosen, see how it all turns out. So yeah, check those guys out for sure. All right, now I'm pretty excited to get the boom bag on. Get a bit of shade about it because the boat looks terrible without the bimini and the boom bag. Looks like a full-on project boat. And there's not much sun either. There's not much shade, I mean. So yeah, it'd be good to get the bimini back on. And actually really excited to put those solar panels on so we can start making power from the sun. Oh, if you can't tell, I'm sounding terrible because we got the flu. We've all got the flu. So the upholsterers ended up sewing these little leather patches underneath to stop those rub marks because there was holes going through this umbrella. So now by placing leather there, you know, it's a lot more high resistance and can handle that rubbing on the edge here. So there'll be no more water leaks coming through the side, which I'm super stoked about. Just got to drill a hole through the framework here of the bimini and a through hole to go down inside the man cave. Man cave. And then it's a real short run to the MPBT charge controllers, which is pretty much directly under me now. So it's a very short run of cable, which is good for power. But I need to run that cable. It's the one cable that I didn't do when we were in Pancor. And today is the day that it's happening. If I can source up the energy to do so. Man, we've just been knocked out by virus and flu, hey. It's on the back end of the flu now, but it's been a solid 2 weeks of not feeling great. Oh, let's sweat it out. See if that'll do the trick. Okay, feed one down. Yeah, I got in. Okay, feed the other one. Oh, now for the final piece of the puzzle, we just have to connect up all the cables. It's all terminated down to the charge controller. The cables run. I need to express how much running cables on a boat sucks. But now I've got an array of connectors here for these panels, and also got quite a few other connectors for when we do the davits upgrade. So yeah, whatever I don't use now, I'll use then. Well, let's just connect it up, connect it to the cables, make some power. Turning on. And we got power. Yes. There we go. Stay bulking it in. Yeah. Now we're cranking. 15 volts, 7.5 amps, 100 watts. Yeah. That's power. That's power.